One final thing to mention on these two that I want to mention to you, that when you're out and you're in these two stages and you're eating with people and you're serving with people, when we're willing to bless people, I don't want you to overlook the last part of this story. Often God's power gets released when we bless people. You won't forget the big event of this is that the guy gets healed. Jesus accessed God's power in such a way that everybody wanted to talk about it. And as we bless people, we should access His power too. Here's what I think about you. A whole bunch of you here, because I know you and I've watched what you do when we talk about something like this. Not all of you, but a lot of you, you're going to try this. In fact, you've already been praying for people and you've been trying to listen, and now we're going to talk about this, and you're going to try this. And you're going to think, when you think about eating with or serving people, particularly when you think about serving people, you're going to think about doing something nice for them or helping them out with some need. But you're going to overlook the fact that you have something available to you as a follower of Christ that they might really need, but we often don't access it. You're going to be with people and you're going to hear that they're sick, and you should pray that God would heal them. He just might. You're going to be with people and you're going to hear that they have a relational difficulty, that maybe their marriage is getting bad, and one of the best things you could do to serve them is pray for God's power to release and their marriage to be restored. You're going to meet people and you're going to find out as you listen, you're going to be perceptive enough to realize, oh, that person's addicted. You need to pray that God would set them free, that He would put them in a place that they could get free. I don't know what God's going to do, but I know this. When God's people go out to bless, God often releases His power in ways we would not think. I heard a story from a few years ago of a church in, I don't know how to say this name of this town really well, Stavanger, Norway. It was a state-run Lutheran Pentecostal church. Now, if you understand anything about denominations, that statement has a bunch of contradictions in it. They all contradict. But they had this thing in their country where it's not even as Christian as our country, where they would go to the middle of their town every weekend, and they would set up a tent, and they just put up a sign that say healing prayer outside the tent. And that's all that would happen in there. They just put up a sign, nothing strange, nothing weird was going to happen. They would just invite people to come in, and they would pray for healing for whatever would happen. Well, the pastor of that was telling about that, and he said, I don't know why, but we pray for healing in our church all the time, and honestly, when we pray for healing in our church, maybe about 10% of the people ever experience healing. But when we pray for healing out in public in that tent, the healing results are about 80%. Wow. I don't even know what to do with that. I don't know what to think about that story. But I know this. When you move outside your comfort zone, when you step out and you want to bless the people that God has put you around, I know that God often releases His power in ways that we would not expect. In fact, Jesus, He had a verse, there's a verse that you may have never known where you think, well, I can't do what Jesus did, but He said this to His followers just before He left. He said, I leave, in greater things than I have done, you will do. I go away, but the things you've seen me do, you will do greater things than this. If we move out, we access the power of God, God will do amazing more than you think.